Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legends Symbiosis, where we now know a lot more about the world in which we live, and we should reconsider. Our options here. So, my plan was to probably try to get in good with green, although we might have trouble with that now because I've destroyed so many of their units, stolen their regions, killed their settlers, etc. And then ally with them against pink and try to blow up pink, who I now think maybe is more useful as a buffer between us and the necrophages. Maybe somebody we should make friends with. And then after destroying pink, we'll try to meet red and see if we can make friends with them, or see what else is out there. Now that we know that almost half of the players in the game are necrophages, we have to rethink. So it's good for us to have necrophages in the game, in the sense that necrophages are not particularly good at the internal victory conditions. If red and blue get aggressive and hobble the other players, it's unlikely that anybody will be competing with us directly for the science or diplomatic victories. The necrophages probably literally can't win a diplomatic victory due to the fact that they cannot get peace or alliance. With the Endless Legend community patch, the importance of maintaining long-term relations with other players for the diplomatic victory is tremendously increased. In the base game, if you just generate enough influence, you can brute force it. That's a lot harder with the community patch on. So the necrophage AI probably will not be able to win a diplomatic victory. Their populations will be poor, because one of the things about the necrophages is that they get one less food from each tile that generates food. So they're not good at generating large populations, and so they are not good at the victory conditions that require you to use your population to generate economy stuff. But the downside of trying to help the necrophages hobble everybody else is that we might overdo it and cause the necrophages to take over the world and then eat us. And I don't want to be eaten. So the situation's a little bit more complicated now from a diplomatic standpoint. I wonder if pink might be better as an ally? Are pink and green still at war? Yes, okay. Now, we've killed settlers from both of those players. They're both inclined to dislike us. But I wonder if we can maybe... Man, how would we get them to be cool with us? Is there any way that I could do that? Seems like it would be a real challenge. We're going to really need to crank up our influence output. There's a couple of important things to do in terms of cranking up the influence output. Number one is... this technology, the Public Works, the National Museum, and National Arena. All of our influence comes from this one city, so the National Arena is super powerful, as are all other large single city boosters. And the National Museum will be really good for us because we're going to end up with a lot of districts, hopefully, fingers crossed, but it's a little bit distant. We're a lot of technologies away from that. We will probably want to pick up Glory of Empire on our way through Era 2, I guess. Man, there's a lot of technologies we want to pick up. Alright, I guess we can think more about this in 4 turns when we have Diplomat's Mance, and we can try to feel out how willing the other players are to forgive our trespasses against them. What is this? Scales seem to balance in our favor no matter how you look at them. Really? Is that your estimation of the situation? Green believes they are the greatest empire. I would have thought they were in trouble. I guess they've been at war with the Broken Lords for quite a while, and they haven't lost anything. They have... their cities are not exactly huge. We can see that they have at least 4 regions. I mean, we don't know what the land to the south of what we can see here looks like. It might be that they have a thriving empire down there. Okay, maybe Green's going to be just fine. Maybe they can afford to lose a bunch of ships. Okay. So I guess for right now our goal is make an army large enough to deter attackers, or at least survive an attack, kill this blue settler, and, in general, run away. Or maybe let this blue settler resettle the region and then kill the city, get ourselves another stockpile. I guess that's not off the table, is it? Who has a move left? Oh, you guys, yeah, and you're not going anywhere. Alright, I guess let's just forge onward for now. The roving clans managed to produce trade route, dust from trade routes. Big surprise there. The roving clans, if they are doing well, are an actual victory threat. They are somebody we have to worry about. So I guess we shall see how the war works out and what the necrophages do. It's possible that the necrophage players will just sputter out and not really get anything accomplished, which would be lovely. Definitely want to lock this down. I do not want to include those guys. Good. It did not include them. And they flee from us. Well, we can attack them inside their territory because we're properly at war with them, but I think doing so this close to the city would be unwise. Maybe we should just withdraw. And I'm going to have you head over here. We're going to see if there is, in fact, a second fortress in this region, because if there is, we should talk to them. See if they will give us an easily accomplished quest with a big, juicy reward. You should probably flee from that event fleet, because it is terrifying. Just looking around for more sea ruins here. What we really need is to put together a fleet that can handle those guys. Is this... Okay, that's just a boarding vessel. I remember we don't actually own this region. This is a neutral region, and as such, our units can be attacked in it. So I was going to have this Justice here sail up there. That seems unnecessary. We can head this way, I guess. It's going to be a long, long trip. In the ocean region, we are immune to attack by players who are not actually at war with us, though. Alright, so we're getting our district out. This, by the way, is an important source of influence as well. You get extra influence from leveled up districts. Can we see the tooltip for that? Yeah, +2 dust, +2 science, +2 influence for each level on a city tile. So, one of the ways that we'll be generating influence is just by continuing to burrow out and cover stuff as much as possible. That is a settler. How close are we to generating a new unit? 7 turns, and that's the one that's going to do it first. Now, maybe you should actually come home. We might... Man, green is really focused here. We might not be able to keep them off of this island. I just really don't want them to settle this, because the second they settle it, we're going to have an impossible time keeping these villages up. Unless we manage to negotiate peace with them. Yeah, we're not going to be able to stop that guy. Shoot. Well, should have finished looking around before executing my moves. Yeah, we got to make peace happen quickly. Alright, so got ourselves our first level 2 district. And now, every district we build is going to have a lot of value. I'm gonna let this ship move all the way here. Is this... Okay, close borders from pink. The closing of the borders itself is not meaningful. Obviously, we do not have a lot of intention to run through pink's territory. But it is probably a precursor to a war declaration, which is something that we do have to have feelings about. What is my plan here? Oh, we did this. We did, in fact, finish putting our hero in the city for 10 turns. Now upgrade the city center to level 2. We can do that. So our next borough can just go here. That'll level up our altar to level 2. Leveling up the altar is a little bit less good than leveling up a normal district, but build here, level up the altar, then build here, and level up the city center seems like a fine play. We'll put that in the queue. I don't know that we necessarily want to do it there, though. We probably want to build at least an army's worth of Nameless Guard. And on the Seer is going to pick up extra industry for the city, which is pretty powerful. I wonder if we're going to be able to get... We might well be able to get winter immunity by the time the next winter hits. Influence on anomalies has returned to normal, but we're actually still generating a pretty solid amount of influence. I think I'm going to go convert this village real fast. Like, what are we looking at? With the number of villages we have now, rerunning our same empire plan would be 224 influence. That's not bad, honestly. That might well be what we do. We're going to be way north of that. Yeah, we're extremely cool on Empire Plan influence. We can afford to spend to convert some villages. Now remember, it does take an actual cultist unit to do conversion, so this preacher is pretty important right now. What are you? What village even are you? You are Eresis. Okay. Probably want to just bail out of this area. We might grab some villages on the way past. It looks like this is destroyed. So that is a little bit more expensive to convert, but we can probably afford to do it. You... Okay, so this is a green sea region. This is a neutral sea region. Let's have a look. It might be neutral. Nope, I was going to say it might be neutral because there are no fortresses, but that is not the case. It's just neutral because it hasn't been converted yet. Bring 12 titanium to this manufactory for the fireship design and control of the fortress. That's very interesting. I hesitate to do it, because we're just going to lose control of the fortress immediately if we do. Where my guys over here are still in pretty poor health, right? No, okay, they have actually healed up. I told you they heal faster when they're in a fortress. We're going to want to make sure we move these immediately. So this fleet is in poor shape, and artillery ships are not very good at fighting boarding vessels anyway. We could probably take these guys if we had our friends over here. I'm considering just giving them the 12 titanium, even though we will immediately lose the fortress, though, just because I want the fireship design, and I don't want Green to take the fortress and destroy the quest. Because we're probably going to want to actually engage in some naval stuff here. Like, we want to hold on to our regions. Somebody's gonna fight us for them at some point, and we want to be able to fight back. But I guess it's not an emergency, certainly. It's not even necessarily about the fireship tech being super valuable, although obviously fireships are good. It's partially about just it's a free technology and it'll count as a step toward Era 3. What is this? Be the first to defeat 3 armies led by a hero. At 0 of 3 progression, we are rank 2 on this. And I believe the player always wins ties, or rather the player who is in the first player position always wins ties, so that means that only one other player actually has any progress here. Other legendary deeds that are currently available: be the first to raise one of your heroes to level 8 in order to get a big health regen bonus. We are leading on this. It is entirely reasonable that we might win that. Be the first to have 4,000 dust sitting in the bank at the end of the turn. We have 16 dust, which puts us in 6th. This would be a fine thing to have, but it wouldn't be heartbreaking if we lost it either. Pragmatic Scientist. Okay, notice how that says 2 of 6 there? That means that one player has some production on this already. Somebody's already building it, so we're probably not going to get it. My guess would be that this is purple, but it might be blue. Blue seems to be pretty wonder-happy. What else is revealed? This stuff's not actually available yet. You can see it's grayed out. That means no player has entered Era 4 yet. Be the first to have 50 of each strategic resource in order to gain the reward. That could happen to us, actually, because some of our unrevealed facilities could be the other 2 strategics. Be the first to have a city with 800 fortification value in order to get a thing that is only useful on Guardians, which is to say a thing we probably will not actually get any benefit out of, even if we were to get it. And of course, the Elder of Auriga, the Throne of Emperors, is pretty powerful if you are going for a diplomatic victory, or just if you are us and like to have a lot of influence. We don't need to worry about the ones that are further on. So yeah, hopefully we can get that. That would be really cool. Having a bunch of units sitting in our city garrison is going to help. So we don't actually know where the settler is right now. I could get on land. And I'm a little faster on land, but not much faster. I was hoping to be able to just sail straight through to here. But with so many people sailing around the edges of this territory, probably it's best to just get on land and try to counter the settler from there. Wow, there are a lot of ships over here. I'm hoping that they will not choose to come and attack us if we stay out of the ocean region. We're definitely at the point where it is no longer possible to just claim an ocean region with like one boarding vessel. So I talked a little bit about this. Let me clarify something here. When I was talking about the difference between settling on the coast and settling near the coast and then having to burrow over, I said that if you don't settle on the coast, it's going to be more costly for you to get sea regions. What I meant is, if you go very early in the game the way we did, you can sometimes capture a sea region with a single vessel. Sometimes you need like 2 or 3 boarding vessels. If it takes you 20 extra turns to get your ships on the ocean, either other players will be taking ocean regions and you'll have to fight with them for them, in which case you're going to need a lot more boats because the AI is going to have actual, like, full navies, full 4-boat groupings. Or you're going to have to fight more developed minor faction fleets with fire ships and stuff in them. So I don't think it is unreasonable. Like, I'm not saying you must settle on the coast with the cultists. And in fact, in this position, the coast settle might have been wrong, because this is like an extremely good tile, right? With the steel stocks here, with the approval and everything. It's just that it is more costly to get a hold of the ocean, and then that changes the calculus on whether it's actually even worth doing. I don't know if we would have been in a better position settling here and getting the water slower. We might well have been, because early game bonuses are very important in a 4X game, and this is a real strong settling position for sure. Alright, we are 4 to 24 turns off of winter. Winter is not going to have a huge effect on us as long as we get our winter immunity from our hero. It's like the movement and vision penalties are not going to hurt us very much, I don't think. Alright, you run as fast as you can. You guys also run as fast as you can. We have other places we need to be. How many pearls is in this deposit? 3? Okay, you know what? Let's put a guy in the water and grab the 3 pearls. I would love to get Khazar. I just don't know how we're going to be able to afford the resources to do it. Move quickly, move quickly. Hate to see a little scroll with an exclamation point on it. Okay, market ban. A shame. Not the worst thing that's ever happened to us. And we managed to get our combat hero before they banned us, which is important. Now I really don't know how we would get a hold of Kazan. Semo Sleeper Greenblade should definitely pick up extra move for his army, because that is one of the best hero skills in the game. So yeah, we'll swing by this village and see if it is convertible. We might be able to hold on to some stuff up north here. And they've put down Horlocken. Okay. It's a dangerous time for us. We need peace with green. Otherwise, we're going to lose all these villages, which is a fair number of total resource points, and also all that population. Both things that we have very strong feelings about. We need to put another person on Dust. As we continue to build stuff, our turn-by-turn upkeep is going to get more expensive. Gosh, I wish we had another industry stockpile. So he doesn't have any other land units. He can't get up here and just kill us right now. He'd have to build something or buy something out in Horlocken. Yeah. Alright, I guess we're doing the right thing for the moment. A diplomatic victory might actually end up being sensible if we can... Oh, right. They closed their borders to us, didn't they? So that forces my unit out. If I could have jumped her back into the city, that would have prevented that from happening. When you get forced out of enemy territory, you are forced out with 0 movement. So we just have to hope Purple doesn't choose to kill us. Definitely keep that Moonleaf booster running forever. Did I? Yep. Totally had a unit move on to a lightning tile. Because that's the world we're living in here. The world where I love lightning. Are they healing at all? They're healing a little bit, it looks like. I think we should be able to take them pretty easily next turn. And then we can pass the fortress our resources. We might get lucky. This might be the only fortress in this region. It's possible that the region is shaped like this one, where there's our fortress would be about here, and there's room for another fortress in a little bay or something. We will hope that that is not the case. Okay, converting this exploded village would be, wow, 230, huh? Let's let's have a little bit of a think on that one. So now they want 15 dust water. I like the low quantity. I don't so much like that that's a resource that I am never going to have access to. Alright, well, we can talk to this fortress. Maybe they'll give us a nice easy quest. We probably wouldn't be able to hold the sea region if we did get a quest, but we might be able to get a good benefit out of it, like a free tech or something. So you're just going to chill right here, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know if I want to... I think we're fine where we are here. So, let us have a chat with Green. Green has some problems with me, and understandably so. However, I think peace is very beneficial to both of us, my friend. Interesting. They really love that tech. They would be willing to give me stuff in exchange. Like topography, which is a technology that is actually very useful for us. It would have to be topography. I mean, I like this trade a lot. 98 influence, secures safety for our villages in Horlucken, gets us a tech we totally want, gives him a tech that isn't actually valuable to him, or at least isn't valuable to him in a way that hurts us at all. You know, in the same way, like, giving him hydrology would make him better at the things he might do that might cause him to win the game. I don't want to do that, but I'm totally cool giving him Diplomat's Man, so that is fine. And this deal is still a little bit in his favor, which he might remember and give us a positive diplomatic modifier for. I think we almost don't have a choice on that. And he's managed to get out of his war with Pink without losing a bunch of territory. Without losing anything, really. Okay, interesting. Hey, Pink. How do you feel about peace with me? You are less into it. And none of my technologies are moving to you. How about my other stuff? Nope. Okay, we might have a hard time getting peace with Pink. We may have to fight Pink quite a lot here, actually. Is Pink at war with anybody else by any chance? No, not at the moment. Alright, well, this is a start toward our diplomatic victory, our potential diplomatic victory. Because remember how this works. We are getting 1 diplomatic point on our empire from being at hot war or cold war with each empire, and 3 diplomatic points on for each empire that we are at peace with. I would love to be able to get peace with Pink, but it looks like that might not be... Man, okay, hold on a second. Let's think about it a little bit more, though. Because it would be really valuable. What if... Could I convince you to declare war on Blue at the same time? No, probably not. What if we gave him a couple of texts? Because he likes Diplomat's Mance. He would love this stuff, which I'm less eager to give him. He's smart enough to know the boarding vessel is not useful to him. The reason that they, in the Endless Legend community patch, will give you actual negative contract value on text that they don't see as useful is because while any technology will push up your progress toward the next era, any technology will also increase the cost of other technologies that you are researching, so texts that you don't intend to use do have a downside to them. Like, if we gave him... It looks like he's way into Palladian and Adamantian. Which one of these are we gathering faster? Okay, so if we gave him 11 Adamantian and those 2 texts, we could get an offer. We could get peace from him, however temporary. His borders are closed to us, so we wouldn't be able to convert villages in his territory anyway, unless they're right on the edge of his territory. This would prevent a surprise declaration of war, which I like a lot. But I don't know if it's worth the 121 influence, given how valuable influence is to us. We're already in a situation where we don't have any villages that he's likely to destroy. I think I'm going to not do it. I think we're going to pass on that. Alright, so, we do have some influence to play with. This is like a juncture where we consider converting the village that's in our home territory. I talked about this a little bit last episode, why it's not super valuable to do this, why, like, this village is probably the worst village we could convert. We should try to convert other villages if we can for the same price, but we've converted now all of the pacified villages that feel safe to convert. I guess, actually, we're allowed to convert stuff in Green's territory. He's just not allowed to unconvert it. So maybe the right thing to do here would be to send guys down and convert stuff in Morinlock. But part of the reason that it was not, I said it was not super valuable to convert this, is that, first of all, we already have the point of population. Converting this does not gain us population like it does for every other village. And converting this is, in the long run, not super valuable because the resources that it gathers from its tiles are resources we intend to get anyway by building districts out to here. But if we're going to level up the city center, we know that we're not building out in this direction soon, so converting this village might be worth the influence cost just to get the resources more quickly, have those resources earlier. I don't know. That's not very good. I think I would rather, if we're going to spend influence converting already pacified villages, we would rather do it in Green's territory now that Green can't attack them. So 252 at our current level of conversion. Remember, each converted village adds a little bit to this cost. I'm actually going to finish Central Market now. We're going to try to build our Central Market, so we might not need this. We can probably swing the influence cost of that. Let's go find out. Oh, hey, Blue. Out of curiosity. You're feeling exhausted. I get it. It's a big war. It's a big difficult war. Yeah, we could we could just pay them off a little bit of glass steel and make the war go away. Because it's not actually to our benefit to be at war with them anymore, right? We paid, what, 16, I think maybe 40-ish total influence and 6 glass steel for 3 industry stockpiles. I think that actually was a pretty good value for us. So now we don't have to worry about these guys burning down our city. And let's get out here and see if we can convert some of these green villages. Remember, Green cannot attack us for any reason now that we're at peace. If we convert their villages, they will want to end our peace, but we could renegotiate. It's not necessarily a big deal. What is this? The Vile Tide Facility. Prevents fleets from being attacked by the sea monster. Also gives 8 dust per turn. That's pretty cool. I want one of those. Yeah, if I want to try to foster a long-term relationship with Green, I guess converting their villages is maybe not super helpful. We could also just sail across the ocean. There's a bunch of unclaimed land over here, and we could try to pacify some of this stuff. Get some villages converted in a place where we will get population and resources from doing so. Given how little industry, or how little influence we're still producing, I think that might be the better play. Now that we're not actively at war with Blue, we probably don't need to have quite as much military. Now, we should still finish these, because Pink could declare on us at any time. Also, I'm being silly. We should not use our Nameless Guard. Well, we have to have a cultist unit in order to do conversions. Yeah, alright, we will use a Nameless Guard for that. We'll just build an extra one. We should definitely weave in the Geomic Labs, now that we have access to this building. Put it in right there. Every science tile in the city, gaining +2 science, is pretty good. We have a lot of science tiles, actually. That was a really good tech for us to be able to pull. Alright, so you're going to go this way. You're going to move to there. Yeah, I don't think anybody else has like an order that is desperately needed to be fulfilled at the very beginning of the turn. So let's talk about the market ban. We were banned from using the market. Green can do that because they're the roving clans. The roving clans are the ones who actually run the market. we can get market access back. It's going to require one of two things. Talk with at least 5 other fortresses. Okay. Well, I'll try. Yeah, we can get market access back, but it's going to require one of two things. We're either going to have to use this market ban nullification term, which we just declare and then have access to the market again. It is very expensive right now, but the cost of it will go down over time. The more turns it has been since we were banned, the cheaper it is. Or we could negotiate with them to get them to lift the ban themselves, but that is a contract that we have to actually convince them to do. Which we can do, but it's not super valuable right now. But basically, that's going to make it real hard for us to control Urkans. So I guess from that standpoint, it's something we should give some serious thought to, because I want to be able to buy resources and control Urkans. Urkan is probably the plural of Urkan, huh? Well, do we want to just drop the titanium? I think I do. We're close enough here that we can... In fact, we're going to be able to attack these guys this turn. Yeah, let's go ahead and give them the titanium. So I got control of the fortress, and... Oh! Apparently it was counting the luxury resource facilities that we had claimed before getting this quest. Interesting. So, actually... If we were to... What was that quest again? Sorry. Walk to 5 other fortresses. If we were to get this fortress converted, we would own this ocean region. Oh, it doesn't matter. There's a neutral ship right there. It's going to unclaim that. Oh, also, that's a Hyperium facility. And I guess somebody hit Era 4, and it opened up a bunch of new facilities. Let's see what else we got here. We have a component design facility, plus 10% attack and defense on our ships. I believe that only applies to ships. We get a Pixie Blood facility, which is not awesome. Pixie Blood is definitely the worst luxury, but it is still a luxury. It's something we can trade off. I don't know if the AI values it or not. What about our other fortresses? Hyperium, or Mithrite rather, pretty cool. Over here we found some more Pixie Blood, great. Hydromiel. Hydromiel is actually useful. Minus 75% on hero upkeep. High-level heroes do get a little expensive. And a Hyperium facility, and even more Pixie Blood. Yo, Pixie Blood's so bad. I don't know what we're going to do with all this Pixie Blood. Hopefully the roving clans think it's good. Alright, let's roll on down here. And this was the only fortress in this region. We have ownership of the region now, so green can't take it from us. There are a lot of things in this game that have worked out tremendously to our benefit. We've gotten really lucky in a bunch of ways. Alright, injured ship is not going last. That's a shame. I was really hoping it would. So we got to start up as close as possible to these dudes. The artillery trait gives him the ability to do coastal bombardment. You can roll a navy that contains artillery ships up to a coastal city, a city that has any district on the coast, and put it under siege and remove its fortifications. And they're pretty good at it, actually. But minus 50% attack and damage when attacking or counterattacking an adjacent unit. So we're going to be able to just run right up to him with the ship and let him have it. So you are going to go all the way down here. You are going to go help him. You are going to get there. And we're taking a morale penalty from starting on the rain. That's not... sorry. Our ship's over here. It's not great, but I wanted to make sure we were starting as close as possible. Okay, it's a one-turn kind of problem. Oh, we didn't get it down. Shoot. That sucks. I was really hoping to only get attacked once by the fire ship. Well, we want to move around and make sure the fire ship is not getting its arc attack on multiple people. The artillery ship does have the range trait, which means it gets the classic -1 morale per adjacent enemy. Okay, there we go. So now our ocean region down here is feeling pretty safe, and also we're protected from the sea monster when it shows up, which it definitely will. Alright, what do we want to do with you? This is very expensive. I don't think I can afford to convert that village. I think we're just going to sail across the ocean. I'm going to go try to find villages to convert over there. Because that seems to be a place that is pretty safe from the predations of the other players, at least for now. We might be able to actually hold on to some stuff for the moment. And you probably just need to come home then, right? What was this quest? The other side of the seas? Oh, right. I had to equip... Yeah, I had to equip Wolfbane the Shepherd on a hero and bring it back to them. Sadly, I do not believe that our hero is capable of equipping that. No, he doesn't. He doesn't so much with the two-handed staff. So we're not going to be able to complete that quest. We could just roll over there and fight them, since we have no intention of completing that quest. Get a little bit of combat XP for Samos. And then get that village exposed to potentially convert later. Khazar is way out of our ability to fight, right? 135 attack, 140 damage. Yeah. Yeah, he would slaughter us. He would slaughter us if we had good cultist units. Sadly, we do not. We need to get our market access back, but before it will be useful to do that, we need to have money. Or, I guess, actually, we need to have resources that we can sell. That's really all that matters. Let's maybe throw Imperial coinage on the list here. Is there anything that we need desperately before that? Yes, probably we want food. Then Imperial coinage. Oh, but Central Market's going to push us up into the next era. Do want this, but it might have to wait. Because the thing is, Green likes us well enough. You saw that our ability to negotiate ourselves out of the market ban is not even very expensive. Having access to Imperial coinage could make it possible for us to get Urkan. Yeah. We'll do it. We will figure it out. It is often the case that I want to highly prioritize extractors when we move up into a new era, but we don't have to do that thanks to our fortresses. Thanks to our many, many fortresses and all of the pixie blood contained therein. Alright, so now we have a little bit of a standing army. If Pink does decide to attack us with the Guardian they're building right there, we are ready to fight back, and I think reasonably capable at combat. Oh, yeah, right, the fortress up here that we knew was going to get popped. Green would remove the market ban if I'd give them hydrology. Okay, counter-proposal. We're going to do a counter-proposal because this means the terms that he put on the table he is paying for. I will, in fact, pay you for the end of my market ban, as long as you're paying the influence cost of ending the market ban. Because we could just put most of our adamantium on the table here. Yeah, this deal is only 11 influence for me, and it gets us back into the market. I'll do that. Congratulations on your resources. Who is it who built the Alchemic Institute? It was Purple. Okay, that makes sense. Purple is definitely a victory contender, a victory threat, the sort of person we need to spend time thinking about. I need to figure out where their territory is. Also, need to look around for sea ruins. Hey, sea ruin. But this is mostly about the XP. If I attack like this, I'm not going to be able to include the Harmonite. I wonder if this attack is real stupid without them, because, man, these units are bad. Who are we fighting? Yotus? Yotus who are actually good fighters? Yeah, alright, let's wait a turn. Let's let the Harmonite get in. They can't quite step in because they only have 1 point of movement, so they can't get through the ruins. I guess actually the best thing to do is to have them get in the water and then just have them get on shore over here next turn. You're good. You guys should... Oh, that village was not destroyed last turn. Maybe this area is not as safe from the predations of other players as I thought. Alright, I'm going to split my units up. We're going to search a bunch of... Yeah, that's a purple settler right there. Search a bunch of sea ruins this turn. And also explore a little bit. Nope, that's just a marine, actually. 15 Moonleaf? Why, what is this fine new resource that I've definitely never heard of before? Yeah, owning 3 ocean regions on turn 56 is pretty fantastic. We've gotten really lucky. We should come check out this ocean region next, because it looks like it has a fortress, because neutral ships only come from fortresses. And it looks like there aren't a lot of other players nearby. We might be able to run in there and scoop it up for ourselves. So we'll regather these guys and then head up in that direction. You're good where you are. You should definitely keep moving. An awful lot of seaweed floating around here. Kind of inconvenient. Hi, Red. Red is running a what is this settler doing? So Red, it came from over there. Maybe the last time Red saw Horlocken, it was empty. And so they thought they would run over to Horlocken. Maybe they're headed to Mulk. Maybe they're just taking a weird route around Pink, trying to get to Eastrel. Things are all possible. Alright, most of our ships are remarkably safe. I don't have to think too hard about what they want to do at the beginning of the turn. And welcome to Era 3. Alright, let's get ourselves some murder XP. We have discovered a source of Titan bones. Ooh, I love Titan bones. We're going to want to get on those quickly. So this might be our primary Era 3 research. Titan bones, in case you're not familiar, are plus 50% industry output. Very, very good for us. Alright, so next turn we're going to be able to start construction on our next burrow. We do have to get the central market finished. We're going to, in a couple of turns here, want to ditch our 25% approval social policy. And the central market will not only make up for it, but will also give us extra money and food. So there are still a couple of valuable rewards left in the faction quest, I believe. We don't need to go the whole way, but we definitely do want to keep pushing forward. Alright, strategic resources revealed. And I don't think I knew this, but I believe I was told by leader enemy boss. Yep, see how that's 1.2 from Palladian Facility, not 1.1? The percentage bonus on resource outputs from owning the ocean region goes up over time and does eventually reach the old 50% bonus. It's just less powerful in the early game. So continuing to hold these ocean regions is going to make them even more valuable for us, which is fantastic, considering how valuable they already are. Alright, so let's merge up over here. And get ready to go and seek another ocean region. Our fortunes may yet expand. So we're going to keep the non-Harmonite units pretty far back. These guys do not have a tremendous amount of health. And the Sisters of Mercy can be up front. Which one of them goes first? That guy? Okay. So these guys, they do have free counter. But I believe it is still the case that if they have spent a counterattack, they cannot attack. So this guy's going to attack us and then get a free melee counter. This guy is going to get attacked by the Justiciar and not get to attack on his turn. But if he were to get melee attacked, again, he would get a second counter. Obviously, that's not going to occur. Please don't heal the full health Harmonite. That's not necessary. Okay, let's just make sure this guy dies. Oh, I should have moved before acting with this guy, because now we're not healing the sister. Okay, you should probably heal her. Wondering if she should back off. She'll probably be fine. You should move to here before attacking. I think, yeah. I hope she survives. She's certainly not, like, mission critical or anything, but it's nice to have her. Okay, good. And I think our Preacher might actually be able to finish the battle before anybody takes any damage here. What a hero. You know, that army damage bonus trinket is not a joke. It's pretty good. So let's have... I want the Harmonite actually in the main army. Is what I'm thinking here. We could cut the Justiciar and the Kakatorn, maybe? Or... Because we want to keep... Well, actually, you know what? I don't think we need a cultist unit to convert. I think we need a major faction unit to convert. So I think Samos is capable of doing it. We can probably dump the Preacher. And one of these two units, maybe. Or maybe, yeah, maybe with the 2 Harmonite, we don't need the Justiciar anymore. It's nice that she has so much initiative, though. Let's drop him off. We'll merge up like that. Okay. So now we have 2 armies that are capable of conversions. I don't know that we're necessarily going to get a lot of value out of both of them, but we at least have them. And maybe we'll go over here and try to push these guys along. Maybe we could get them converted. Pacified and then converted. Okay, and who still has movement left? We are going to want to deal with these guys eventually. And I should note, when we kill these enemy units, it's going to give us the 80 dust, and then it's going to ask us to come back to the ruin, and it's going to reward us with an extremely good one-handed sword. So, our combat hero is not going to use a one-handed sword. So while the reward for this quest is very powerful, it's not, like, urgent for us. Our governor does use swords, and he'll be very, very good at defending the city with that sword. So we do have a use for it. Eventually, we'll probably want to have more than one combat hero as well. So we want it, but it's not urgent. Okay, winter has come upon us. It is not a terrible time for it. We have a lot of units out on the ocean, which is going to make it easy to scoop up all the pearls. The spices have ended, and there's nothing we can do about that. Minus an additional dust on terrain with dust. Okay, I mean, that hurts for now. How close is our man to leveling? Oh, he's getting there. The central market's going to do quite a bit of that. So, hold on. This is winter... this is winter 2. Okay. During winter 3, we're going to gain access to a bunch of pearl districts that are going to be super valuable. And basically, I was thinking, if we were able to get an Abbey of Anomalies, we should do this instead of building a district on top of the Dragon Tree. We'll have to build an Abbey of Anomalies over here or something at some point later. But this is good for leveling up our capital and also for moving forward our faction quest. Even more level 2 districts. You can see our influence growth is good. We are continuing to get influence. Oh, right, minor faction units. We should probably pop this guy out because there's very little chance that we're going to be able to maintain this region. We get this guy out and try to bring him somewhere where he can do some good for us. You guys... We don't have access to the market for 3 more turns. I guess we know Khazar's not going anywhere, though, because they don't move during the winter, right? Let's just go and gather pearls. A pretty big deposit there. A lot of pearls appear out on the water. That is only 2 pearls. That's probably not worth going back for. And remember, we have some significant vision around our fortresses, so we can see over here there's another 5. Here we have 1 and 3. That's 1, 3, and 2. Do I want to... I'm not even going to go out of my way for 2, you know? I think it's more important that we try to get over to this ocean region and see if we can take it over. We'll grab pearls that are convenient on the way, but I don't want to slow down our trip too much. Let's try to avoid the unpleasant weather. Got a new Sister of Mercy. I think she's probably just going to stay there. I don't really have a great goal for her right away. I guess... No, that's wrong. She should not just stay there. She should come and be in the garrison. She could be at least providing XP for the hero. We're not going to take the pearls from Green's territory because the AI really don't like it when you do that, and I'm trying not to strain my relationship with Green right now. And we are hemorrhaging dust in a way that is very difficult to deal with. How many people could we move off of industry without really adding a lot of turns to that burrow? So we can still have it at 3. If we lose 51 dust per turn for those 3 turns, and we can shift like a whole lot of people over to dust after that, because we have the dust, right? We can lose 51 dust 3 times. Not great to have to do. In 3 turns, we'll have access to the market, and we'll be able to make some money selling off pixie blood at the very least. But also, honestly, just strategics in general. Also, we're going to get winter immunity soon, and that's going to gain us a bunch of dust. Yeah, we're okay. I'm going to do it like this. We're going to get 10% more dust in our city in a second when we finish the market as well. Alright, our guy got forced out of Green's territory. We're able to spawn there, we're just not allowed to live there. Oh, the sea monster. Sea monster in Gunley. As far as I know, the sea monster does not attack fortresses. And, I think, thanks to the Viletide facility, our fleets are immune to it. It is terrified of us. Creates forms of plankton that are repellent to monstrous sea creatures, which we have rubbed all over our boats, presumably. So if we were to defeat the sea monster in combat, we would get a significant payout. That's a tall order. The sea monster is not easy to kill. Like I keep saying, we're going to have to develop some better ships. We're going to have to become able to do that. But it is not a thing we can even really think about right now. Have a look at his stats real quick. So the Hungering Maw here is the main, sort of the main attraction. This is the actual guy. And then he has all of these little tentacles that pop up. If you don't kill the entire sea monster, it regenerates. You have to do it all in one battle. And his tentacles do a lot of damage. Honestly, it's terrifying, and it brings back stressful memories of the Kraken boss fight from Shining Force 2, which I hated as a kid. So maybe we'll do it. I'm not in a hurry. Pink's running units around up here. Out of curiosity, not that I'm going to necessarily do it. Okay, Pink's a little bit more into peace. This deal is a little better than it was. So that reflects Pink improving their feeling about us, which might mean that they are potential allies, somebody we actually could make friends with. And weirdly, in this game where so many players are such aggressive factions, nobody else is at war right now. I guess everybody feels that there's still a lot of value to be made in other quarters. I'm going to potentially sacrifice this guy to search these sea ruins. I don't think he has a lot of value. I think there's a real strong chance he just dies before we can do anything cool with him. But if he can get some loot out of those ruins, that might be good enough to justify the extra dust we're paying for having yet another army on the map. Alright, so you guys are in a pretty dangerous spot here. Probably don't want to just jump immediately in the water because we'll get attacked. I let one of our ships get hit by lightning again because I'm very distracted. Okay, never mind. Now get in the water. Let the minor faction army come on land and then get in the water. Okay, hold on. Before we do this, We finished our market. Our approval level is... Yes, it is above 100 without the Empire Plan bonus. Good. So we can cut that. We can also grab some extra bonuses now that we've entered Era 4, or Era 3. We have access to another tier of stuff here. And I do love more science. Do we want to keep the bonus vision? It's pretty useful out on the ocean. It's good for hunting pearls. 36 influence is only like 1 turn worth of influence for us. The other thing we have to consider is whether we want to get the buyout reduction for buildings. We have not had enough dust to take advantage of this traditionally, but now that we are going to be able to sell stuff on the market, we might be able to. I'm gonna not do it. Yeah, I'm gonna not do it. I'm gonna do this one. I think that vision, yeah, it's not even 1 turn of influence that we paid for the vision. I think it will turn out to be worthwhile. Alright, so blue is attempting to conquer Khazar here. They've done a pretty good job of weakening him. I think we might be able to take him by force. You spent your action point already? Hard to tell. He definitely spent movement to get up here. He probably attacked this turn. Khazar himself is at 82 health. His lice is only at 101, and the lice have very poor defense, as we learned last game. I think we can take Khazar by force. Yeah, I think we can. Blue served it up to us. So remember, our hero now is in dark form because of the winter. He does not heal us anymore. He does bonus damage to enemies. So given this guy's very high damage output, I wonder if I want to have the Justiciar just run forward and attack him to stop him from doing anything. He's going to hit for 117. I mean, he has 4 movement. If I put the Justiciar here, move her to there and have her attack the louse, prevent it from getting in on our ranged. Yeah, you know what? I think this is going to be fine. This guy will hit one of the Harmonites, or he'll kill the sister. But if the sister runs forward, she probably gets killed anyway. Yeah, okay. Plan is, you step forward and prevent that guy from doing stuff. And then everybody else focuses on preemptive healing. I think she's going to need a heal. You know what? If she survives, you go ahead and heal her. And there's a chance here that she gets mauled by these guys, and then, yeah, he immediately attacks her and kills her. We should be able to finish this guy off between the whole lot of us. Yes! Excellent shot. Okay. I do love the Harmonite attack animations. Good heal, good heal. Okay, we've got ourselves an Urkan, who needs to be moved immediately, right? I guess I'm not 100% clear on what the rules are. It looks like I own this region now, so maybe blue can't attack us, because we're in our own region and he's not at war with us, but I wonder if maybe I should move the Urkan somewhere else just to be a little safer. Like, we could migrate to here. This is pretty far away from any other player, while we figure out exactly what we want to do. It's a shame that there are no neutral regions anywhere near our capital, so we're not going to be able to use any city buffs. What buffs do we have available for you? Neighboring cities produce plus or minus food depending on whether they're friendly to us, and it's made out of emeralds, which we have and don't particularly value. That's nice. Defense and health regen for allied units in the same region, and big life and defense bonus for Urkans and their lice. So we picked up a real good battle Urkan here. This effect probably is not going to be useful because we don't have a way of getting him adjacent to our home region, which is a shame because, man, 30% food sounds really good. All right, let's pull him over to this region far away from everybody else so that he has time to regen and stuff. Put him way in the corner. just in case he can be attacked by other players. And in the interim, he's gathering us some titanium. Now, blue may try to take their revenge upon us here in this neutral region. But also we can run away. Pretty good runners. So they have their hero, Feeds on Bones, who is horribly wounded. He definitely last standed during the fight against the Urkan. And they have a Proliferator. This is a big part of what makes Necrophages so terrifying. The Proliferator itself does not have great stats, as you can see, but that Parasitism ability makes it so whenever they attack a unit, a parasite is birthed within it, and when the unit dies, it produces a Battleborn, who works for the Necrophage. These Battleborn have great stats. They're really powerful units, and I do not want to be an incubator for any of them, so I think we should probably leave. I think maybe the smart play is try to get in the water as fast as possible on this side. He won't be able to chase us over here. We're far enough away from the neutral vessels that I don't think they'll attack us. Then we can just sail south. Yeah, that's not bad. We can just head over here. I'm trusting this Viletide facility, and we're just going to go right past the sea monster. I guess if it turns out that like he can still attack transport fleets, just not real fleets or something, we will learn by him killing a Sister of Mercy who is not particularly valuable to us. So at least it's low risk. Right, you're just headed directly for this. We're going to meet up with some minor factions, try to get some pacifications here, see if we can't get a good conversion or two. What is this that they have? They have a... Oh, I don't get tooltips because we can't... Oh, no, I do get tooltips. I just wasn't getting one here. Oh, because that's the, this is the center. It's just a bastion. Yeah. They have the Dust Accumulator. -1 dust for each fortress you control, or -1% dust for each fortress you control on other empires, and +1% dust for each fortress you control on yourself. Not a bad thing, and kind of annoying for me to have to deal with. You're just getting over here and getting into our garrison. There's an awful lot of green troops riding around. Green's not at war with anybody? What are these guys doing? So now we have to think. Do we want to go diplomatic? How hard do we want to try to go diplomatic? Because if we're thinking about going diplomatic, we definitely want to try to pursue this peace with Pink. The cost of peace with Pink, by the deal we have on the table now, is a little high, but we might be able to get a cheaper version of this going, right? Oh, you know what? I don't think it's that they like the peace more, it's that they want the other tack more. So we would have to give them 2 technologies, or... No, we'd have to give them at least 2 technologies. This is a deal that works at 130. So it's not next turn, it's maybe the turn after, unless we want to move some people over onto industry, which I kind of don't, or onto influence, which I kind of don't, because we have a lot of stuff going on right now. And on the Seer is going to level up next turn when the burrow is completed, so that'll make us winter immune. I think we're in a good position here. I think I am also going to go ahead and clip the episode at this point. I'm a little uncertain of our footing. We did slow down a lot of the other empires pretty well. We got some good early game trades off of people, a lot of dead settlers. Taking down Relia and being able to speed through a couple of important buildings was really nice. But I'm feeling like maybe we haven't hobbled them enough, and I'm a little worried about Purple in particular just sort of taking off and winning the game around us. So we're definitely going to have to get eyes on Purple and figure out what we might be able to do about that. That is going to be it for us for today, though. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to see if we can continue engineering up and maybe figure out a way to stop the people who might try to just ignore our presence. And we'll see you then.